Hello, Diane. My ice maker making a lot of noise tonight. Hello, Cookie. How you doing, bro? How you doing tonight? Hello, Daniel. Oh, I'm doing great. How about you? What you been up to, Cookie? Dog eat my chair up again. Don't that get a little embarrassing after a while, Cookie? What kind of bracelet you got? Hello, Marvin. That's right. Here come the judge. Hello, cat. Miss Angie, how you doing? Them puppies helping you fold them clothes now? I've watched a couple of your videos today. They sure cute. Oh, okay. Yeah, they gave me one of them things for a while. It didn't last too long. Now, these doctors ain't perfect by a long shot. They told me I was having trouble with mine. I want to get a couple of tests run. They decided they didn't want to run that test. They want to run a carpal tunnel. Come back and tell me I need surgery on both hands. And I said, no. And about 3 years later, they finally come in and put a diagnosis on it, what it was really, and that was 3 years later. So I guess I'd have had it done, but I was too hard-headed. I wouldn't let them cut. Been working with my hands all my life. It's a wonder that I don't have trouble. Hello, Janice. Miss Lillian, how you doing tonight? Miss Barry does. Mine puppies in Oh, I'm doing great, Lillian. A lot of time embraces really help. Fairy Dust, how you doing, girl? Okay. Just not even going to answer that, huh, Fairy Dust? Hello, Ray. How you doing, mister? Hello, Timmy Ray. Well, I was supposed to have all them bad storms roll in this afternoon, and they got one of them about 50 miles of us. I got about 10 drops of rain, and then they left. Well, I'm glad. It makes me feel better. Hello. Marvin, you doing all right? Fair enough to be coming to see you all the time, Cat. I messed around and bought some fruit. Pretty good fruit's hard to find anymore. But I bought some green seedless grapes, and they're the sweetest grapes I've got hold of in a long time. They're great. I hate to run out of them. Hello, Mr. Roman. Hope you're doing all right tonight. Ray, you off for a couple of days? Get out of there. Go. Go. Get out of there. Yeah, I know. We got about 10 drops. Oh, okay. Ray, are you still living in your van or just part time, or did you get an apartment when you went to work, or what? Oh, I'm doing great. Yeah. Boy, yeah, that was right above us. He came down within 15 miles of us. Pretty stout range. Damn, Diane tough today. Yeah. Yeah, y'all usually do. If it rains in Dallas, y'all usually catch it. I had a bunch of them in the store tonight, Lillian. Okay. It looked like they got a pretty good crowd. Y'all using square bells up there or round bells, Cat? Hello, Gracie. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a few days. You been doing all right? Hey, KT. You stupid chat. One time you find a name down at the bottom, and the second time it'll be all the way to the top. They can go off the screen before you see it. Michael Ann. Okay. Are y'all are y'all putting up anything in the small bales, small rectangular bales, or just the big ones? I know it's got hard to find them small bales down here. Oh, that's some pretty country. £25. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's funny. They can raise alfalfa down here, but they got that beetle. You can't feed it to horses. Unless you spray it and do all kind of stuff. They still haul most of the alfalfa in here from New Mexico, and most of it comes from New Mexico. Hey, hello, Tim. I thought I saw you come in and couldn't find it. You been doing all right, bud? Hello, Amy. How you doing, girl? I'd have never thought them old big round bales would took off like they did. Oh, I'm doing great, Tim. That's something to fly over New Mexico and Arizona and see them big old circles. Alfalfa, just the green circles everywhere where they're irrigating that stuff. Hmm. Yeah, that alfalfa, there's some good money in it if you got the right setup. Well, they sure took it over. That's about all you see down here anymore. You'll see a few square bales, but not many. This goofy dog of mine gets on the bed and lays on that pillow just like a person. I took a camera 4 or 5 times today and tried to sneak up on him and get a picture, and as soon as he sees that camera, he's gone. Or phone or anything, it doesn't matter. I don't know how he wakes up. Hello, she devil. I'd like to have a couple thousand round bales right now. Somebody said they'd bring 75, $80 a bale. Yeah, he is like that. Crazy dog. Hello, Johnny. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah. They'll put that cover. A lot of people roll them bales out, and they'll put sort of a mesh in that bale where they can unroll them. I get tickled on them round bales on Halloween. Everybody's making pumpkins out of them things, painting them up, spray paint. Every farm you go by will have some kind of artwork on one of them old big round bales. I saw some here this last Christmas that was like a snowman. Had painted white. Yeah. Usually when you see that black plastic, they're making silage instead of heat. But they may do it different up there. I know here it, you'll see it won't be round bales, it'll be loose bales, but they'll just have rows of that stuff and that black plastic on top of them. And 10 million tires stowed up on top of that plastic. I appreciate it, Margaret. Got one mosquito in here. Where he came from. Huh. I'll be darned. They've covered now. I think the ones they're covering here, cat, they're putting molasses with it and letting it ferment. I think that's for an outside antenna, Timber Ray. It's funny how everything works in different parts of the country. There for a while here in Texas, they got to building big old concrete trawls. Yeah, they and they was dumping that silage in there, and they just had gates. They moved back in them concrete deals when they want to feed. Do y'all put molasses on any of y'all's feed up there? Dang it. It's amazing how hot that hay is. If it's still a little bit green when you bale it, and it'll burn you. It gets so hot. You finish feeding, okay. They'll put that with that can't even think of the name of it now. But they put that with the grain stuff to make it ferment. The solid down here. Anybody wants to come up, come on. Yep. Sure. They got down here where they won't pick them up anymore. They leave them sitting in the field for a week or two before they pick them up. Just because of that. And boy, you can't hardly put one of them round bales out. Down here, they're using it for just regular stocker cattle too, Cat. I don't really know much about the dairies. We don't have many dairies here anymore. Yeah, that stuff will self-ignite, Lillian. It's not that. If it dry all the way, it doesn't do that. Lord, I built a many of them old round rings for them round hay bales. We used to build them things and sell them like crazy. Yeah, and the big ones are about all that's left. No, it starts off it being green. It'll get that hot, and a lot of time it'll start right in the middle of a bale, and you can't put them out. I used to fool with the volunteer fire department here a little bit. You roll in on a barn or something that had them round bales stacked in it and had some of them on fire. The only thing you could do is just get somebody to the tractor and start trying to drag them out. Yeah, I didn't know Muck could do that. I know over in East Texas where you got all those timber places. Now them wood chips and stuff will do it every once in a while. And it's the same way, you can't hardly put it out. Like Cat said, there'd been many a barn and field burned up with it because people put it up too green. Yeah, same deal. Yeah, you learned about chocolate and sex the other night in here, didn't you, Lillian? I knew Janice would get in on all that. Boy, it did. Huh, that's good. Yeah, that cotton, it gets all over everything. Hello, Linda Barker. When I was about, I don't know, 20 years old, I guess. Of course, I was working in a steel shop ever since I was 12, 13 years old. And I was driving down the road one day. I just locked the brakes up, pulled off the side of the road, and hopped out and walked out there in the cotton field and picked one bowl of cotton. I can say I picked cotton now, but that's the only time I ever did that. I tell you something they don't grow here anymore. It's maize or Sudan. And you don't see that anymore grown in this part of Texas. They used to grow a ton of it. Now it's mostly cotton and corn. They'll grow a few soybeans down there. Soybeans, for some reason, don't do real good in this part of Texas. There for a long time, they couldn't even get them to. They'd grow and get big, but they never would put any beans on. And they got some hybrids now that'll grow around this part of the country. But it's still not. If they can get the weather right, they can make a hell of a lot more money on the corn. Oh yeah. I don't particularly like onions unless they're cooked in something. And for a long time, it'd make me sick in my stomach. I hated them. But you pull off one of them valleys up there in Idaho, and they got all them onions plowed up. You smell them thing for 20 miles. They probably were because if you went through Lubbock, Amarillo, out in that part of the country, man, that was all cotton country. Sweetwater. Wow. Hey, that's something I've never seen done, Cap. I've been around a lot of stuff, but I've never seen anybody do that. Yeah. I tell you one thing though, you get them potatoes straight out of them fields up there in Idaho, they taste different. Hello, Vernon. How you doing, girl? Appreciate you coming in. Oh, KT, my grandmother had one of those things that had the metal, ornamental metal stand and one that you pedal. And I remember being around that thing when I was a kid. And I'd always tell my grandmother when she got rid of it, I want to buy it. I went over there one day and they had a little Sears portable sewing machine sitting on the table. And I said, "Girl, get tired of it." And they had traded that old sewing machine in for that thing. I liked it that. That's neat. Reach up there and spin that wheel and just she can make that thing walk and talk. They had two things that I thought were really neat and impressed me when I was growing up. Yeah, that was a big flat plate where you could do it with either foot. I thought you were old as I was, Cap. You just a young whippersnapper. And my grandfather had my grandmother had that. My grandfather had a big old wheel that was, I don't know, it's probably 4 inches thick, maybe 5 inches. And it was set up on a treadle like that. You'd spin it and it ran through a bucket of water to sharpen axes and knives and stuff like that. His pocket knife would look like a toothpick after about a year. Oh, that's neat. Them some good times thinking about that, ain't it, KT? Verna, you got where you're getting a lot of videos up. Hell, I bought. I went to the grocery store this afternoon, and I bought the stuff to you might as well talk about food if you want to talk about it. I took and bought some stuff to make that lemon icebox pie. Bought the strawberries and everything, make the glaze to go on top of it. I'll make one of them tomorrow. Not me. I picked one bowl of cotton, Timmy Ray, and that's it. There you go. Yeah, it's hard to find one of those. I don't think that'll ever be finished, fair dust. That may change the bedroom a little bit. There was always a joke about the guy went to bed or getting ready to go to bed. He'd get his wife a glass of water and set two aspirins down beside her and say, just in case you got a headache, we'll take care of that first. Well, there may be a chocolate bar there now. Hey, G, how you doing, bud? Yeah, I can see this now. Bedroom kit. Two aspirin, a glass of water, and a chocolate bar. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people doing that. I never have done it, Jimmy Ray. I got ticklish Steve that night. That's the most I've seen him cut up. He was wound up that night. Janice, that don't work. I promise you that does not work. Oh, Weevil. Shoot, I can't remember a date, 2 days, Timmy Ray. I remember that, Janice. So y'all educating me too, not just Kenny. Yeah, something. That don't cover nothing up if you change positions. That's all I'm going to say about that. Unless Parker's going to change the subject here. Yeah, you can sneak in and out of here just plumb quiet. Hmm. I'll tell you what, that's one I've tried to buy a couple of. I never have. I've tried to buy them out of a couple of shoe shops, and that was a real heavy sewing machine that you could sew leather, or, they sew the soles on them shoes and everything with them. But I never have been able to buy one. Yeah, I think that was about when they had that farm aid and all that business. You're losing. What do you mean? Yeah, I like to build like holsters, pistols, and knife shoes. When I was building custom knives. Well, I made a lot of pretty nice shoes for them. Damn, G. Hello, Floss. How you doing, girl? I tell you what, that wind came through here today and we're popping for a few minutes. Yeah, that's one good thing about having them solar panels mounted permanent. I sort of wondered about that. Yeah. It was pretty nice here today. It was like 78 degrees. Wasn't even 80 degrees after that little front blew in. That's the coolest it's been in the daytime in a long time. Mm. How many panels have you got, Harvey? Gee, were them portables? Really? You don't send one this way, Flaw? How'd you wind up with a bunch of them? Oh, okay. That wind do some crazy things. Hell, everything, maybe everything go to looking up. You used all your bad luck up. Maybe the rest of it will be good luck. Oh, well, that's good. So You're not powerless then. Flawless, what are you doing with a bunch of leather sewing machines? Good night, Miss Ann. Y'all drive careful tomorrow. Y'all taking the puppies with you? Did Bree post another video today? I was just flipping on something and something caught my attention and I didn't go ahead and look at it close enough. Wow. Yeah, I need to go back and watch that. What about you, Fairy Dust? Oh my goodness. I wish I was a little closer, Floss. I'd be trying to buy some of that stuff from you. Or you might not want to sell it. I don't know. I got a good friend of mine that still builds custom saddles, Lily. Mostly roping saddles. I've been out of the horse business for a pretty good while. And I went with a friend of mine and he was wanting to pick a set of bits up. And maybe a bridle too. We got there and I got to look around that shop and I like to die. Lord help, that tack has got some kind of high now. You know, cat is funny. What you could get for them blankets when you were doing it back then, you get 10 times that much now. After they closed all the leather plants down here in the United States, well, boy, that leather got expensive, and working it got expensive. I bet he does appreciate that, cat. Hmm. Where are you at, Flaw? Illinois. Well, it's been a long time since I've been up there. I love the different uh, trades and specialties that some of these people got on there. Like cat. Cat sounds like she does a little bit of everything. Floss doing the leather work. Damn sure ain't many kids coming up and gonna do it. I tell you something hard to find down here is find somebody to shoe a horse down here. There used to be people all over doing it. Now it's hard to find anybody who will. You ought to get you some patterns, Flaw. Start making some of these holsters as popular as pistols have got. It's unbelievable what them little bitty holsters will bring. Wow. Good night, Marvin. Appreciate you coming in. People just used to do all that kind of stuff. When I was growing up and I was a kid, just, 6, 7 years old, now, that's something my mom believed in. She said, boys need to know how to sew just like girls do. You may not get married, and if she didn't get on me and my brother both, make us do some of that, But I've used it now through my lifetime. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, you gotta sort of do that. Me and that iron never get acquainted, but sort of have to on it cook. The cooking or starve to death. I don't know more needed than a man in the moon, but I found another little old pistola that I think I'm gonna go buy tomorrow. A friend of mine got one, and I shot that thing, and ooh, that's a sweet shooting little gun. It's small, but a good carry gun. Wow, wow. That motorcycle does a good job of that, KT. You put a shirt on that's all wrinkled and drive 10 miles, and it'll be straightened out pretty good. Yeah. Do you remember those? I was thinking about them the other day when I was getting some jeans out. You remember them old wire looking things that you could put in the leg on the jeans and then push them out and it stretch that jean pants where it looked like it'd been ironed? If that'd work, Cat, we'd all have iron prints all over us. Well, now that's one thing down here. These cowboys down here in Texas, I don't know, they may be where Cat is too, but that's one thing. Them jeans will be start so damn heavy that you can just about stand them up. But it sure helps riding them horses. I'm talking about the people who work cattle off a horse all day. I talked to a friend of mine. He tried to get me to go with him. He's headed up to Colorado, and he works for them ranches up there. And for the next month, he'll be on horseback and have a pack horse, and he will start in on them national forests. And go up high and start pushing them cattle down towards the valleys. You don't carry them all the way down, just starts them down. And he'll stay up for a month doing that, camping and pushing them cattle down. That sounds like that wouldn't be too bad a deal. Mm-mm-mm. I got a funny story on that cat that I'll tell on that thing I'm running. Oh, I've done it too, cat. I had several friends of mine. One of my best friends had a 28,000 acres, and then there were several more that were big ranches like that. And I'd go in and help them because I broke a lot of horses for them, trained some horses for them. So when it got time to ship cattle, I'd go in and do it. But these boys here up in the mountains, they're not pushing them that much. They just sort of just start heading them down the mountain. Yeah, I know it is. I thought that's the way dreams are supposed to fit, cat. KT, there's a reason for that down here for the cowboys that they want them jeans that stiff. You ride that saddle all day long, and the starch jeans will slide on that leather. It won't make you sore. You just put a soft pair of jeans on, it'll sure work on you. Oh well, I know it. But that's the reason I didn't take a picture of my butt when Gina was doing all that. I ain't got enough butt to take a picture of. If you don't believe I haven't got any butt, I wear extra large shirts, and then they're too tight around the neck. My neck's too damn big. That's the reason I leave the top snap undone. But were 2X shirts is what I've got on right now. And then I wore 28 Levi's, 28 waist Levi's. So there wasn't much butt there, that was for sure. I tell you what, guys are so stupid when they're young. They think girls look at big chest, big arms, being muscled up. They have to get a little bit older to realize that y'all look at butts just like we do. I guess it's a good thing. Good Lord made different folks like different things. Ooh, I can make a comment on that one, but I won't. Oh, we're gonna get back to the chocolate again here in a minute. Hello, Miss Boxman D. Y'all better get on your best behavior now. Oh, I'm doing fine, girl. How about you? Well, it's not me this time, D. You know, Kat, it's hard to find one like that too. With usually a woman like that's with another woman, and I'm gonna be ready to duck and run. I used to have a friend of mine that he was just a good-looking guy. I mean, he had, as far as the looks went, he had it all, and women just flocked to him until he opened his mouth, and his voice was high and squeaky when he talked. As long as he kept his mouth shut, there were plenty of ladies around. Hello, fun seekers. How you doing? Hello, Greg. Uh-oh, the boss is in the house now. You straighten up now, Roy. Hello, Miss Becky, if you're there, where you can hear us. I'm glad you had a safe trip. Well, this guy was, like I say, he was so good looking that he drew a crowd, and it was just, I think, a shock. He's a good old guy. That'll settle things down, won't it, KD? Hey, hello, Miss Becky. We've been trying to keep Roy straight, but that's a full-time job. Hmm. Okay, Miss B. Roy, you in trouble now, son. Kessler. Yeah. He was talking awful big while you were gone, Becky. I wonder how much he'll tone down now. Okay, Miss Janice. Appreciate you coming in. Go get you some sleep, girl. Oh, after the live. All right. That's good. We just got 2 more hours, so you won't have to wait that long. Good night, Miss Lillian. How come when you back itches, it's always right in the middle where you can't reach it? No comment. I guess so, but I wish they'd jump around a little bit, Janet. Okay. Can you tell it on this channel? Well, they always give me a hard time about 2 more hours, KT. Here, you want to come up here where you can tell it? Well, it is. It is when Dee's in here, Cat.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Yeah. Two fleas travel up to Cairns independently of one another. One arrives fine, the other arrives, he's shaking and shivering, and the other flea said to him, he said, "What's wrong with you?" He said, "Oh, I travelled up in the moustache of a Harley, a bike rider." And then his mate said to him, "Well, next time you come up," he said, "do what I do." He said, "Head out to the airport." He said, "Have a few, have a couple of drinks at the bar." He said, "And crawl up the leg of a stewardess, find the warm spot." And he said, "You'll arrive here, it'll be no worries." Anyway, so the same time next year, two fleas decide to meet up again. And the one flea arrives fine, the other flea arrives, and he's still shivering and shaking. And his mate said to him, he said, "What happened to you?" He said, "Why didn't you do what I suggested?" He said, "I did." He said, "I went out to the airport." He said, "I was drinking at the bar, and then this stewardess walked in." He said, "I climbed up a leg and into the warm spot." He said, "It was really good." He said, "But I fell asleep." He said, "Well, what happened?" He said, "I woke up in the moustache of a Harley bike rider again."
Oh, Lord. No, you know better than that, Dee. I'm just talking to you.
I saw that the other day. I killed myself laughing.
Mm.
Yeah, talk about getting duped.
Boxman D, I'm just teasing you when you come in about that. We always glad to have you in here.
I had to put a coat on. It was damn cold. Me heater boots up in a minute.
Lillian stayed just to hear the flea joke.
Yeah, it tickled my fancy, Lillian. I thought it was funny. Just goes to show where you can end up, when and where you shouldn't be.
All right, good night again, Lillian.
No.
Oh, goodness.
You've been carrying around a few fleas, Ron?
Well, the center of my damn back's itching. It might be. God dang. I gotta tell you something here. Me and my son went hunting up the mountains in Colorado, and that Kerr bicycle race was cross country. You know, where they ride from one coast to the other was going on. Well, we came in there that night and got a hotel. Came down out of the mountain, cleaned up, went down, and the next morning we were sitting there eating breakfast, and there must have been 100 people on bicycles. And we're sitting down at a table, and there were four little old gals sitting down behind us. And one little old gal was short and chunky and was a little bit loudmouth. And if I get tickled, it doesn't make any difference. I'll go to laughing if you cut my head off. It don't matter. If she was sitting there talking, and she said, said, "Before we leave today, I got to go downtown and buy a towel or something." And one of the other gals said, "What are you going to buy a towel for?" She said, "That damn seat on that bicycle's eating my ass up." And I just got a mental picture of that damn bicycle seat disappearing. And I like to fell out laughing. That boy of mine was trying to tell me to shut up. And then the girl turned around and looked at me and realized that I was laughing at her or what she said. And she got to laughing. But that was the wrong time to get a mental picture or something.
Yeah, I know how she feels, though. I reckon if I got on a push bike again, I'd have to have the saddle surgically removed too.
If I get tickled about something, it don't make any difference. If you got a gun on me, I'm gonna laugh. Because I can they've got to be some tough ass damn people to ride all the way from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean on a damn bicycle, especially going up on.
They're dead set fit.
Yeah.
Because the stamina they require for that is unbelievable. We've just finished up with the Commonwealth Games. They weren't here; they were in England, but we participated. We trounced them actually, and I was watching a lot of the bike riding that they have in that. Both on the track and also the marathon type bike ridings that they have. And I tell you what, those young kids, I tell you, they've got, where they draw their power from is, beyond what they look like they're physically capable of. That's for sure. Yeah, they're unbelievable.
Yeah, D, we might start a new fad. See, if we got back to back and got on a dance floor, we could scratch our backs like that too and start a new fad at the same time.
And both of you be thrown out for obscenity on the dance floor.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God, thank God the heater's come on. I'm taking your coat off now.
Look like a bear scratching his butt.
The best back scratcher I find is your spaghetti doing. Where is it? Now they're a good back scratcher.
That damn thing looks lethal.
It's a thing you dig out your spaghetti with. It's only plastic, but that's a good back scratcher.
You comb your hair with that.
Jesus.
That's what I need first thing in the morning, while as my hair is.
I don't reckon it'll make an improvement. I know the feeling, Dee. You put something away, I'll remember where I put that. I put it away in a safe spot. You never found it again.
Now, Steve, are you talking about your husbands or three, like, mechanical back scratchers? Oh, me. It drive you
or
crazy.
get up on the to an edge on your on your wall work or something or other there, and do some grinding on that. That gets rid of a scratch you can't reach.
Somebody had a TikTok deal the other day of people that were scratching their back up against everything in the world. And some of it was funny. Some of them going up and down, some of them going sideways, some of them going round and round.
No, I go side to side here. I got wood paneling. Up and down, I'd end up with splinters.
Oh, well, listen.
Shut up, Ron.
Damn, I'm not gonna have any circulation left in my hands from sitting on them. Ooh. Hmm.
Oh, good Lord. Did you check out Fairy Dust's comment? Her back scratcher?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a trip to the ER with a please explain to repair the skid marks on her back.
And making my back itch worse. Hmm.
Yeah, the other night, I couldn't help myself. I commented about that. That's what brought the fleas up. Yeah, you on screen just watching you just kept scratching yourself. And I said, then you got fleas. Is Rocky scratching or is it just you?
Well, a door frame won't scratch your back near as good as a tree trunk will. Yeah. You can get the right. You haven't got no thorns on that tree. It'd be about my luck. I'd hit a locust tree or something.
Only trees I got around here, I'd have to get down on my hands and knees to get me back up against the trunk of them. None of them are.
Hello, Janice.
Hey,
how's it
man.
going? Hello,
How you doing?
Good. You?
Oh yeah, trying to stay ahead of these gals.
He's just about ready to kick me off, Moon.
I know. No Kenny today?
I saw him in chat.
Kenny stays in 3 or 4 chats, and he sort of comes and goes. Yeah.
He's chasing the girls, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if he caught one. I don't know if he'd know how to drive it. Like chasing dog chasing a car.
I think he's trying to go around and do all he can before he goes next Thursday. Hopefully everything works out. Everything should. They're all pretty basic nowadays with those operations.
Yeah. He's not. He doesn't have a stone up in that duct. As long as he doesn't have a stone up in it, well, it's not no big deal.
Those little 3 incisions now.
Yeah.
They don't open you up like before. My mom, I remember when she had hers, man, it was like a big incision.
Oh yeah.
Doctor had to get a whole head and hands in there, I guess.
Yeah, they used to cut you from the side right around to get at it, and it'd take you easy 6 months to get over that. Now it's just the 3 holes and that's it.
Oh yeah, you're in and out that same day.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, my mom was in the hospital for I think like 5 days, I think, and then they pretty much like a big front right in the front of her stomach. She had
Hang on a second.
1 little gallstones.
They used to kill a lot of people by keeping them in bed too damn long.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now they'll have you up within 2 hours of when you wake up.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like
It, it don't much
hell of
matter
work.
what you. I had a friend of mine got both knees replaced, and he was up 4 hours later walking down the hall. You know,
Oh
he couldn't walk very far, but they were making him walk and told him, said, "You, the
I don't
more
know whether
you,
you
the
can you
more,
see can you see that? That
what
was
is
what they
yeah.
that?
took out of
Like a
me.
marble, like the size of a
Oh yeah,
marble.
No, no, that's what they took out of me.
Ah,
It was about 2.5 inches long by about an inch in diameter. It's shrunk now.
yeah,
good thing
yeah,
getting. There have been a lot bigger one than that.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. My mom, she had 31 of them pulled out, and they were like, and they were all nice and shiny and polished. I go, Mom, what'd you do? Open your mouth in the ocean and swallowed a bunch of stones because they were like real nice,
Yeah.
nice polished stones. 31 of them, real tiny.
No, well, the surgeon said to me, as I said, am I going to have any after effects after this or things that have to change? He said, no. He said, your gallbladder's been out of action for years. He had a hell of a time getting it out. He had to actually grab hold of the actual gallbladder skin around it and drag it out that way because he couldn't get the claws around the rock. Yeah.
Yeah, too big.
Yeah. But yeah, that was an ordeal in itself. I had to hang off getting it done at the time. My mother was going through chemo, so I had to be there for her. And but it got to the stage. I said to the surgeon, I said, "Can we get this show on the road?" I said, "We're going to have to time it." I said, "Because as soon as I lay down of a night, I feel like somebody's stabbing me to death in the back, and yeah, and
Yeah,
just terrible." So I lined it up that my mum was due for a chemo the following day. I got done on the Tuesday. We had to come into hospital on the Wednesday to get the chemo. So they kept me overnight and released me back with her then to come home with her.
yeah,
So
Good night.
yeah.
You have a good one, girl. Hey, they come a long way. I was
Oh yeah.
talking to that kid that had both knees
yeah,
replaced, and he was used to they wouldn't do it on young people because the knees would wear out in about 10 years and they'd have to do it again. And they told him these knees were good for 40 years. So they
yeah.
improved them that much. So they put them in so they'll last 40 years. And so
Well,
I
look at football players. They get these operations on their knees, and back in the day, they were like, "That's it, ending injuries," and now they're like back in weeks, and they're playing like they were 21-year-olds.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
marvelous what they can do today.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mm.
well, I tell you what, half them football players got enough Novocaine in them that when they're playing that they get the
yeah,
painkillers before they get out there.
yeah.
If you notice, those pro football players don't live very long. You know,
No,
they're getting their 50s and too much of that junk.
yep.
Especially a lot of these older ones, played football when I was back interested in it. Back in them days, they didn't check them boys like they do now.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's taking every kind of steroid in the world.
yep.
Yeah.
We play a different game to you guys out here. Yeah, with
Rugby,
the sorry.
rugby.
No. We have we don't play gridiron here at all. Our boys, we've got the AFL, which is Australian Football League. It's yeah, it's fast, it's hard, and yeah, they kick the ball everywhere or handball it around. So I think
Yeah,
actually there was some parts in the States over there, they're playing the AFL game as well. Yeah.
Good.
I don't know how big it is, but yeah, it's a major sport here.
Yeah.
That
you have a good night, Gal.
Yeah. Bye-bye. I remember they were talking back in the day when they came out with some new thing for the gallstones. They would stick you in like in a tub of some kind, and they would like shoot, like, you know, break it like with sound. I remember
Ultrasound.
Yeah, they would like boom, like shock it with when you're underwater, and then that's how they would, you know, break it down, and they would come out that way, especially when they were so big. But
yeah, he crushed it up into little bitty pieces where you could patch it.
Yeah, I remember they came out with those one time.
I know they do that for kidney stones, but gallbladder I would have thought was a different kettle of fish.
I tell you what, when they do that, when they hit that ultrasound, they feel like somebody hit you in the back with a sledgehammer. That's just what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but
well,
you don't hear them anymore.
Found out about Kenny.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Diane.
Yeah, you gotta.
They do the lithography for kidney stones. You can't pass gallstones. There's no path to pass them.
Yeah.
Because they'd go to any residual would go to the liver, wouldn't it, Diane?
Do what?
From the gallbladder?
Yeah, from the gallbladder. Yeah, it'd affect the liver, I would have thought.
Yeah, because Kenny says that that's what's going to happen now. His liver's going to take over what the function of the gallbladder was doing.
No, it's the liver produces the gallbladder produces the what do you call it, the bile. Yeah, the bile ducts.
It breaks down the fat.
Yeah, and your body absorbs a certain amount of that anyway.
Your
liver is a filter, but yeah.
Well, you know, that's what a lot of people.
It goes to the liver and stays there. Then, yeah. That's what I thought, Diane.
A lot of people like Kenny that's just having a lot of pain. Sometimes that gallstone will get against that duct and stop it up, and then you get a lot of, and then it moves, and when it does, it dumps that bile, and it'll make you wind up in the bathroom every time you turn around when it dumps that bile, and because the liver can't handle that much of it at one time.
And if it gets in the actual bile ducts too, it can cause an embolism, like make it, blow up or tear the duct. Then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness I ain't never had a call. I've had plenty of damn kidney stones, but not a gallstone.
Yeah, they're no fun, especially for a bloke. That's the closest you'll ever come to childbirth, Ron.
Yep.
If most men had to go through childbirth, there wouldn't never be more than one kid. Yeah, that is some nasty stuff, Diane. Oof. I've seen some people, my mom, get damn. But they've just come a long way. They're still doing a lot.
Yeah, I think that's what my mom had when she had the stones. Man, she'd be throwing up like that,
Yeah.
vile,
Bile, yeah.
and it was always when she drank coffee or had hot sauce. It would always make her like start feeling pain.
I lived on peppermint tea. Yeah, it was the only thing that helped settle me until I had the damn thing out. And then after that, I was like a spring puppy. They couldn't stop me. I got back. They wheeled me back to the room and transferred me into the bed. And I waited until they walked out the door, and I unjacked you know how you run fluids into the IV. I unjacked that down under the curtaining so I could get out, and disappeared down the hallway and made myself a cup of tea. They come running after me. I was fit as a melly bull.
Where do you live, man? Miami,
California,
or-
Southern California. No, Southern California, the desert.
Yeah, and nothing in my back.
Yeah, you
Sort
keep
of.
breaking up.
He's got the hiccups
No,
again.
are
Moon.
you-
He's got the robotics. The Southern
Got
California.
the echo.
He's got the dial up. He's getting the dial up internet. I remember that one.
Be like somebody told no gal one time that she had constipation of the brain and diarrhea of the mouth.
Oh, I've always suffered from verbal diarrhea.
Oh, there he goes. Now it's Janice
He's
and
gone.
our show. All right. Now
Yeah.
we're gonna have fun here,
We'll
people.
hold the fort.
Yeah. We don't need Ron. We'll just stay here all night, guys. We'll be here till when the sun comes up.
He's like an old penny. He keeps turning up though, Moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he hasn't done it. At least he hasn't done what he did early in the piece. He actually had two lives going at the same time, both the same live.
I did that before when I first started. I was like, wait a minute, why do I have two?
It's bad enough seeing one of them, let alone two. Turn your YouTube off, right?
Well, am I back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're back.
Well, I think you're still kind of breaking up.
Yeah. I tell you what, my internet's been messed up for the last few days.
I reckon a lot of it must be weather where you are, Ron. Yeah.
Do what?
It seemed to, I reckon a lot of yours must be weather affected somehow.
No, what mine is that you can tell the different times, like this time of the night, there's different people get on here, and then about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you have a bunch of trouble. And
Yeah.
the population here is just about tripled in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
But they haven't built any more towers or anything.
Hey, there
Hello.
he is. The
Hey,
missing
Ken.
link.
Howdy, y'all.
The missing link is
Kenny.
here.
I heard y'all. I had y'all going. So I've been here listening at you the whole time.
We just said his name 3 times and he pops up. See?
Hey,
Virginia.
Huh?
You'll have to do a playback, Kenny, and hear the flea joke.
The flea joke.
Yeah. That's why I come up to tell Ron the flea joke. He was sitting there scratching himself, so I had to come up and tell him the flea joke. So when you finish up, rewind, back, I don't know, about half an hour now, and you'll hear the flea joke.
You need to clarify that. Janice. I was scratching my back. I wasn't just scratching.
You were having to go at yourself everywhere the other night there, Ron.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah,
I wonder.
it was like a frustrated robot. I thought he was going to pull himself to bits.
I wonder if the flea joke is like this other YouTuber I was listening to. He was saying the bunny joke. He said when he was in college, they decided to get some bunnies, and they were like, well, you have the big room, so we're gonna put the bunnies in your room. So he had a bunch of bunnies, and they're doing their business all over the floor and everything, and he went away. He was in sports. He said he went away for the weekend, so he was back in 3 days, and the bunnies been doing their stuff for 3 or 4 days inside the apartment. And he goes in, and he was too tired. He said he just went to sleep. But then all of a sudden he woke up at night, and he said he was feeling kind of sick. And he went outside, and then he came, and he was like, oh, and then he kind of like fainted. Then he went go back into his room, and as soon as he opened the door, and the smell hit him, and he fainted again. He didn't know that the floor was heated. So you know what happens with bunny stuff and urine, it becomes a gas. So he actually was getting poisoned in there. He had a chemical warfare inside his own apartment. He said, and it knocked him out. He says, lucky he didn't die. He goes, because it was like the gas, it was heating up. The floor was heating up all the urine and all the feces of the bunnies. And it was for days that it was there. So there was so much in there that it like knocked them out. Never again. He goes, no more bunnies.
No. To me, they're vermin.
Yeah. They're snake food.
I thought you were gonna tell a joke when you said the bunnies. I thought you were gonna tell a joke about the bunny and the bear.
Oh, yeah, one where it says, "Does it stick to your fur?"
Yeah.
Oh no, okay, thank you. Wipes his butt with him.
Yep. Did you hear about the little polar bear? I'll try and clean it up a little bit, Ron. Yeah, little polar bear goes up to his mum and he says, "Hey, Mum, am I a real polar bear?" She said, "Yes, son, you're a polar bear." He said, "You sure? Haven't got a bit of brown bear or a bit of grizzly in me, have I?" She said, "No, son, you're definitely a polar bear. Go ask your father. He'll tell you the same." Goes up to his father and he says, "Hey, Dad." He said, "Am I a real polar bear?" He said, "Yes, son, you're a polar bear." He said, "You sure? Haven't got a bit of brown bear or a bit of grizzly in you, have I?" He said, "No, son, you're definitely a polar bear. Why do you ask?" He says, "I'm friggin' cold."
Yeah, that's almost kind of like the Mexican one where the Mexican kid, he goes and asks his parents, am I adopted? He goes, no, 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 you're not Wong Chong. You're not adopted. He wasn't Mexican. He was Chinese. So he was adopted. He just didn't tell him. It's like,
William,
no,
you might have
no,
to refresh your device, whatever device you're using. Go out and come back in, refresh.
rinse and wash and rinse. Tell him.
Yeah, well, we just about hit 2 hours anyway, and this internet's getting bad.
It's all Kenny's fault.
Yeah, Kenny overload the internet.
Yep.
Shut up, Kenny.
So we're gonna have to make Kenny laugh when he comes back after the 18th, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah, you'll be fine, Kenny. Don't let anybody tell you any different. It's a simple operation. Well,
yeah,
simple operation to recover from.
yeah. Well, he said that by the third day, if I was driving, I should be driving by the third day.
Yeah. No,
Hey,
you'll be fine, Kenny. Don't go worrying about it.
And he wants me. He wants me active. He wants me active as much as possible.
So what day are you gonna be able to shag?
Shag, what do you mean?
Motorboat.
No,
I'm not saying a word.
No?
no, but it,
I wish we could plant a little mic on Kenny that would come on when he got in recovery room. Kenny be up there cracking jokes, flirting with all them nurses and everything else.
what's really bad right now is that I'm on this restricted diet. And it's killing me.
Make sure they don't get mixed up with the guy that needs a vasectomy.
I told you, you eat a few of them grasshoppers and that'll
Kenny,
straighten it up. I thought
When you
about you
wake
just
up, Kenny, make sure you grab your family jewels and make sure they're still there.
I'm sure they will be.
Yeah, they won't be cutting anywhere near that. Well, your belly button will be a side of interest, but
1982 and yeah,
Are you
recovery.
gonna make it?
I
Are you gonna
thought-
make it into
I
an
thought-
innie or an outie?
I know they're going to use part of the incision that I've already got there from where I had that shunt series done, and they had to go down there and finish pulling that tubing down in my stomach, and connect it. So, they're going to take part of that, use it, and then do like 2 or 3 more others around it, and then out. They're going to blow it up inside there and pull it out of there.
yeah. Nah, you'll be fine, Kenny. You'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
fine.
It
Don't go
should be
worrying
out
about
there.
it.
Should be out there in about 30 minutes or less.
Oh, look,
Yeah,
take a little longer than that, but yeah.
Probably take
Well,
longer
I mean,
to put you under.
the surgeon said he can have it done within 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, take longer to put you under and wake you up.
yeah. You're in there a bit longer than that, Kenny, but it's the least of your worries. You'll be, as far as your stay there, you'll be in and out, and you'll be feeling $1 million. You won't be feeling bilious, and yeah, you'll be
Well,
fine.
right now I'm not really feeling anything. I just would like to be able to go back to eating like some food.
Take that slow, and but you may once your gallbladder is out, there may be some foods that may upset you a little bit, further down the track, but you'll work those out as you go along. So generally, you'll feel good.
Yeah, see if you can take your phone with you when you go to the recovery room.
Oh Jesus!
No.
Ron wants
you
a
gonna do a
blow-by-blow
live?
description.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a live from Kenny.
Yeah,
Poor old Kenny will be out to it though. Yeah. Or either that
Tell
or
the
be
nurse.
flying higher than a kite.
My plan is I'll probably be on some live streams later on that evening though.
Yeah, you'll be right, Kenny. You'll be
Just have
right.
the nurse hold the phone while you're on live.
But I'd enjoy every minute of that.
do what?
I said I would enjoy every minute of that.
No
What,
one Kenny's luck. No one
On the
Kenny's luck. There should be an 80-year-old. Yeah, Nurse Ratchet.
Yeah, you're gonna get Al Bundy's nurse from the show, but married with children. When he wakes up and he goes, ah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
All right, we're over 2
Okay,
hours.
well,
There we go.
everyone in
Time to-
chat, have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Yeah.
everybody in chat.
We'll see y'all
And good luck,
tomorrow.
Kenny. We'll
Okay.
be praying for you. Everything goes great.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You'll be good. Yeah. My son just had an operation, and it was like 3 little holes, and he was fine.